I'm not religious, but I do find there to be a lot of great and timeless wisdom in the Bible. And one of my favorite quotes, I have a number of my favorite quotes, John 16:33, which is, "In this world you will have great trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." What does it mean to overcome the world? That's a question a person could spend their entire life exploring. What it means to me is that anything of this world that diverts you from your spiritual path is something that can be overcome by remembering who you are, by remembering your purpose here, and remembering that you are a spiritual being and that you are not of this world. You are in this world, you are not of this world. Kind of like when you get into your car allows you to explore the world and to go different places. But are you a car? I'm usually really wary of taking in outside materials that talk about God, to be honest. But I recently watched the movie The Shack, and it was perfect timing for me. There were definitely some things in it that were a little bit iffy for me, certainly. But the overall message and a number of the points made in the movie really connected with me so deeply. And it was probably one of the first things I've seen that I felt understood the kind of relationship that I have with God myself. My favorite scene, I'd probably say it was the one in the canoe. So you have the main character, Mac. He is in the canoe in the middle of the water, and it starts sinking. And there's cracks coming up and dark water, and all these the traumatic memories are surfacing. And he's terrified. And he's calling out to God, like, "Why did you tell me to come out here?" And God's telling him, "Focus on me. This is not real," right? Focus on me. This is in your mind. And as he starts to calm down and do that, the problem starts to go away. And God's able to reach him, and they're able to perform miracles together. I'll link the clip below. I feel it's kind of cheesy watching it outside the context of the movie, and I was so ready to cringe through a lot of this movie, honestly, but it really connected with me. If you kind of overlook the Hollywood aspect and all of that, you just think of the message and what's being portrayed. I think you should watch the whole movie, The Shack, especially during this time if you're looking for some comfort, some answers, some peace. I rented it from the library. You guys know I love the library. Rent it from the library. You can maybe watch it on YouTube. It connected with me so deeply because I am living proof to anyone watching this, that circumstances, that what a doctor says, what a scientist says, what you see with your eyes, what you hear, is not the proof of reality. It's not. And I'm telling you this as a person who has been dead 3 times. I stopped breathing, my heart was not beating. 3 times in this life, I was dead. So when you look at the circumstances around you, whether it's the difficulties you're facing during this historic time that we're living through, problems with your family, or trauma that you're really having difficulty overcoming, I see comments on my videos from people in their 60s and 70s saying, thank you for talking about this. I'm only just realizing how much trauma I have now, and it's very overwhelming for me. Just remember that you are not of this world, and you can overcome your mind, and you can overcome the world. And no one around you has to change. Your circumstances do not have to change. It all starts on the inside, right? In my last video, I was talking about how it would annoy me when entrepreneurs would come to me and say, "Adele, do you do A and B testing? What keywords do I use? What day of the week do I post?" And they're like freaking out over these things. And I'll tell you, these things are important, right? You have to have skill and mastery over things to bring them to do well in the world with them. But for me, those are not the things that these people should be freaking out about, because where I've always created from, where I've always found my success, has been in my relationship with God and cultivating the treasures of my mind, not frantically looking outside of me for things to grab onto. And I also just want to thank you all for your response to my last video. It's amazing that we can connect this way from all around the world. I also received a number of emails from people I know saying, "I loved your video. I hope you're not talking about me. I've considered you a real friend, and I know we've talked about business, and I just want to tell people something about that in my last video, okay? When I first got started as an entrepreneur, I made so many of these mistakes myself as well. I honestly did. I'm embarrassed thinking back on it. I remember when I first finished my best-selling ebook, I couldn't give it away for free at first. And I remember contacting someone who was an entrepreneur friend and trying to convince him to read my book, oh, I just want you to read it, I thought you would like it. And it's true, but of course I was hoping that he would promote it, and I didn't say that, right? So, and he didn't even reply to my message. He just left me on red, right? And I kind of deserved it. Didn't even know this guy. So believe me when I say that I have made all of the mistakes. I'm not upset at anyone, especially now. It's water under the bridge. We're all thinking about our mortality, the future of our planet. Let's just all have love for each other, forgiveness, and gratitude for the time that we have. Please continue to share your life experiences and your stories below my videos. Go and read people's stories, comment, connect with them, upvote them. Let's just really support each other during this time and always. Take courage and Godspeed, my friends. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.